Strictly speaking, humans are the smartest animals on Earth. At least according to human standards. Animal intelligence can be manifested in different areas like social learning, self-recognition and mirror, numerical skills, and cooperation. It's almost impossible to come up with a definitive, ranked list of the smartest animals in the world, not least because scientists don't agree on a single specific definition of intelligence, or how to measure it. What are the smartest animals in the world? Here are a few of the most intelligent animals. The masked bandit can pull off its mischievous antics because it has a high IQ. Humans, apes, monkeys, elephants and dolphins are among the most intelligent species on the planet, but raccoons are right up there too. In fact, they often score nearly as high as monkeys on intelligence tests. In one experiment, raccoons were consistently able to learn how to pick a complex lock in fewer than 10 attempts. Raccoons can learn. They are capable of remembering solutions to problems they've solved in the past for at least 3 years, demonstrating that they have an incredibly good memory. They also consistently manage to figure out how to open garbage bins that have lids designed specifically to thwart them. This capacity for learning in novel situations demonstrates that raccoon intelligence is evolving to meet their needs in changing environments. More specifically, they seem to be co-evolving with humans. They've learned that our species provides them with valuable resources, and when we change something about the way we live, raccoons adapt to those changes. Given how prevalent the masked bandit is in urban areas, it is sometimes hard to believe that their natural environment is in the woods, and preferably near a water source. Another trait that raccoons and humans have in common is the ability to live just about anywhere. Like us, these creatures adapt to a wide range of ecosystems and situations, allowing them to move out of the forest and into our cities. Pigs are super smart. They easily navigate mazes, understand emotions, learn sign languages, and even have best friends with whom they prefer to spend time. Believe it or not, baby mud dabblers are smarter than baby humans. Point of fact. Piglets master self-awareness faster than infants. Plus, little pigs know their names by 2 weeks old. It takes humans a few months. Pigs also understand abstract representations and can apply this skill to play video games using a joystick. Even though the rat brain is smaller and less complex than the human brain, research has shown that the two are remarkably similar in structure and function. Both consist of a vast amount of highly connected neurons that are constantly talking to each other. While most people don't realize it, rats are among the 10 smartest animal species on the planet. According to scientists, rats can make decisions based on the information and knowledge they have of the situation. This ability is called metacognition. While a rat's brain is far smaller than ours, they are designed and function in similar ways. Rats need the company of other rats. While these sociable animals love the company of their owners, the connection with their own kind is key to a happy, healthy rat. You may even realize they communicate with one another. While the frequency they use is too high for humans to hear, you'll notice the communication when the rats veer toward one another and seemingly come together for no reason. Pet rats can learn tricks just like dogs and other animals with high levels of intelligence. In truth, these little creatures love to learn. It allows them to show off for their owners and prove what they can do. By using treats and positive reinforcement, rats can be trained just like your pet dog. They will come when their name is called, jump through hoops, or even race through a maze for owners who exhibit kindness and affection to them. In some studies, scientists have come to learn rats are concerned about the well-being of other rats. These tiny animals have shown that they will avoid receiving their treats during tests and instead attempt to help another rat who is in trouble. They also understand when another rat is in pain. In hopes of providing aid, they will respond when they feel their family is in trouble. Often described as rats with wings, pigeons seem to be mindless creatures that go through the survival circle of birth, feeding, and reproduction without thought or awareness. They can observe different things and gain information about what is happening around them without concentrating on solely one thing at a time. Pigeons do in fact have split brains. With eyes on either side of their heads, they can shut down one side of their brains and nap, while the other eye stays open and alert for danger. Pigeons have learning abilities. They can be taught to do different tasks outside of what they instinctively know. Not only that, but they can be trained to do things, such as sit on your shoulder, in what we would see as a logical or methodical sequence. They can learn to make the appropriate response to a simple kind of stimulus, but also learn not to respond to a different stimulus. Pigeons can also learn to make responses to various other stimuli. In other words, they can recognize things and make choices. Like humans, pigeons can recognize behavior patterns. They can tailor their responses to the perceived behavior of other pigeons. They can learn to make choices on how they react to certain things. This is very much like the way children learn about the world around them, what to touch, and what not to. It has also been found that pigeons have very good memories. They can retain the memory of visual images like pictures or photographs for a long time. One theory is that they can memorize the terrain they fly over, noting landmarks, both natural and man-made, and construct maps in their minds. Research into the intelligence of corvids, a family of stout-billed birds that includes crows, jays, magpies and ravens, has exploded in the last few decades. We now know that crows use traffic to open hard-to-crack nuts, and that they can figure out how to complete a complicated series of events in order to solve a puzzle. Crows have been known to memorize restaurant schedules and garbage days to take advantage of prime scavenging times. Just recently, we've learned that they are as smart, in some aspects, as a 7-year-old child, and that they are definitely watching us to learn more about humans. Crows have an uncanny memory for human faces. They can hold grudges against some of us and tell other crows about it, too. In fact, they seem to have a good sense that every person is unique and that they need to approach each of us differently. Dogs have been known to learn hundreds of words, do arithmetic, and guess what people and other dogs are thinking. We know all this and more, thanks to the growing number of scientists around the country and the world who have, since the beginning of this century, been turning their attention to the burgeoning field of dog cognition. The first thing to note is, there's no such thing as the dog. Just like humans, each dog is different. Although every dog is unique, there is enough evidence to indicate that species-wide one of the really special things about dogs is how well they understand humans. Researchers don't entirely agree on why dogs are so socially savvy. The prevailing view is that their social intelligence is evolutionary, that over the thousands of years since wolves entered the human sphere and started to morph into the pets we know today, breeding has favored qualities that make dogs good companions to humans, such as friendliness and an affinity for us, which make them good at reading our behavior. It's well known that dogs have a much more powerful sense of smell than humans. This sense of smell gives dogs remarkable insights into their environment. Horowitz notes that a tracking dog can tell which direction someone is moving in from smelling just 5 of their footprints. And in some European countries, dogs' noses now have the legal seal of approval. If a dog is able to identify a suspect based on smells left at the crime scene, that evidence is admissible in court. According to several behavioral measures, dogs' mental abilities are close to a human child aged 2 to 2.5 years. The average dog can learn 165 words, including signals. Puppies learn behaviors quickly by following examples set by experienced dogs. This form of intelligence is not particular to those tasks dogs have been bred to perform, but can be generalized to various abstract problems. Cephalopods, including octopuses, are the smartest invertebrates on the planet. They can use tools, carry coconut shells for shelter, stack rocks to protect their dens, and carry jellyfish tentacles for defense. In captivity, they can learn to solve puzzles, open screw-top jars, and squirt humans they don't like. And they are as smart as your average dog. Octopuses living in captivity are smart enough to turn out the lights with jets of water. Octopuses have mini brains in each arm, and a central brain to keep everything coordinated. Until recently, there weren't any reports of invertebrates using tools. However, in the past few years scientists have discovered that some octopuses can acquire items that they use as tools when the right opportunity comes along. They can also mimic other deadly sea creatures to scare the potential predators. Octopuses have also been known to escape their tanks, to eat a fish in an adjacent tank, and then return to their own tanks before anyone notices. Elephants are exceptionally smart creatures. They have the largest brain of any land animal, and 3 times as many neurons as humans. While many of these neurons exist to control the elephant's large and dexterous body, these creatures have demonstrated their impressive mental capabilities time and time again. Researchers at the University of Sussex in Brighton, UK, have discovered that African elephants can distinguish differences in human gender, age, and ethnicity purely by the sound of someone's voice. If the voice belongs to a person who is more likely to pose a threat, the elephant switch into defensive mode. Elephants can remember routes to watering holes over incredibly long stretches of time and space. This is necessary for elephants that live in the desert where water is scarce. Research also shows that elephants often form close bonds with companions and can recognize them even after long periods of separation. Elephants exhibit many behaviors that appear to be empathetic, and scientists argue that they have all the attributes that would favor the evolution of empathy. Like humans, elephants are large-brained, slow-growing, long-lived mammals. Female elephants remain closely bonded to their close relatives for life. The intelligence of dolphins is one of their most outstanding features. Among the thousands of members that the animal kingdom has, dolphins take one of the top places regarding intelligence. The brain is the organ involved in the ability of understanding, reasoning, learning, and other cognitive processes. The dolphin's brain is astonishingly complex, almost comparable to that of humans. And it is large related to their body. Through magnetic resonance imaging, their brains have been found to be 4 to 5 times bigger than those of other animals of similar sizes. Most of their behaviors show the development of their brain and their ability to understand situations. They process information from their environment in a similar way to people, and some say that they can solve problems like humans. For example, their forms of communication are complex, evolving, and diverse. They are creative and playful animals. Their behavior is not mechanical or rigid. They seem to enjoy playing and look for the companionship of other individuals. Their empathy suggests that they experience emotions such as sadness or joy. They have an excellent learning ability. This is why they are highly requested animals for water parks, although the activities of these places are highly controversial. They can transmit learning to other generations of dolphins. There have been cases where they use tools. For example, sponges to protect your snout from rough surfaces. The members of a pod collaborate with each other and sometimes with other species of animals. Chimpanzee intelligence is sophisticated and effective. Their ability to mimic the actions of 5-year-old human children merely indicates their infinite capacity to adapt. Chimpanzee adults exhibit mature intelligence, while chimpanzee children often act without thinking about consequences. Some chimpanzees are less intelligent, others are brilliant. The range of intellect in chimpanzees varies, just as ours does. Their rich and complex emotional repertoire matches the complexity of their intellect. Chimpanzees use feelings as yet another way to navigate through their lives and relationships. Their reactions range from anger to exhilaration, from humor to despondence and every other emotion we know. Chimpanzees have also been taught to communicate and solve problems using computers with keyboards that use symbols instead of letters. This ability to use mutually understood symbols in a relevant context is another example of their high intelligence. Every animal has its own intelligence and sensitivities. They're all lovely, worthwhile, and deserving of our respect. Thank you for watching this video.